I would like to come on record and say that I am not taking into account the supplementary estimate of 2014 and 15 presented to the Finance Minister when I am discussing the state budget, sir. Sir, when we said that the actual expenditure is rupees 62,306 crores, sir, and if we have to see the loan took by the Telangana government in last 3 years, that is 51,406 crores. So where is the balance, sir? Where is the balance and how are we going to go ahead, sir? So the revised plan expenditure is projected to be rupees 42,079 crore in 2015 and 16 as against the budget estimate of rupees 52,238 crore. The revised non-plan expenditure projected to be 57,982 crores as against the budget estimate of 63,306 crore in 2015 and 16. The overall shortfall in expenditure, both plan and non-plan, is estimated to be 15,627 crores, since the total expenditure would be 1,62 crores. Sir, as per revised estimate compared to the budget expenditure, rupees 1,15,689 crores. Sir, I have reasons to believe that the actual expenditure, both plan and non-plan, during 2015 and 16 would be much lower than the revised estimate as has happened in 2014 and 15 financial year, sir. Sir, in this scenario, the Finance Minister has come up with state budget of rupees 1,30,416 crore, including non-plan allocation of 62,785 crore and plan outlay of rupees 67,631 crore for 2016 and 17, sir, financial year. The state budget size for 2016 and 17 is almost double the actual expenditure occurred in 2014 and 15, sir. Sir, I am afraid that the state financial resources position is not very conducive to facilitate such a massive step up in plan and non-plan expenditure in ensuing financial year, sir. So now coming to the committed expenditure, sir, an analysis on the budget expenditure since 2014 and 15, including the accounts of 2014 and 15 estimate for 2015 and 16, the budget estimate of 2016 and 17 reveals that much of the government spending is on what can be termed as committed expenditure. The item figure under committed expenditure include the salaries, allowances, pension, government employees, power subsidy, rice deepam subsidy, farm waiver, loan waiver and farm subsidy, incentive on industries, Asara pension, Arogyashri, scholarship, fees reimbursement, subsidy on loans, weaker section welfare scheme such as Shadi Mubarak, Kalyana Lakshmi, incentive for women self-help group. Apart from interest payment, administrative expense, maintenance of various assets and grants and aid to local bodies, sir. Sir, of the total expenditure of rupees 62,306 crores incurred in 2014 and 15, the committed items accounted, Sir, I would like the attention of Finance Minister, sir, and if I am wrong, I will be corrected, sir. Sir, of the total expenditure of rupees 62,306 crores incurred in 2014 and 15, the committed items accounted for rupees 50,673 crores, sir, leaving only 11,683 crores for all other items, including capital expenditure. Similarly, the committed items account for rupees 79,252 crores out of budget expenditure of rupees 1,62 crores in 2015 and 16 as per revised estimates, sir. All other items accounted for spending of rupees 20,810 crore. In the next year budget, rupees 1,30,130,515 crore. Committed items take away rupees 97,206 crores, leaving rupees 33,209 crore for other items. Sir. Sir, faced with resource crunch on account of lower quantum of central transfer and lower accruals on the state-owned taxes and non-taxes revenues, the Finance Minister Sahab has no choice but to prone the spending on other items while incurring expenditure on committed items. This is one reason why the budgetary release for the third or fourth quarter for various departments do not materialize, leading to steep shortfall in plan and even non-plan expenditures. So the Finance Minister Sahab also tells there has been a significant growth in gross state domestic product, GSDP, since the formation of Telangana state, despite below normal rainfall in 2 consecutive years. State received much less rainfall during southwest monsoon, 2015 and 14 also, yet the GSDP is estimated to grow at an impressive rate of 11.7% in 2015 and 16 at a current prices as per advanced estimate. Despite negative growth in agriculture and allied sector in 2014 and 15, GSDP grew by 13.5% as current prices as per first revised estimates. Sir, in 2015 and 16, the primary sector comprising agriculture and allied sector and mining, coiling and registered a negative growth of 1.5% at constant price, with crop sector showing a negative growth of 18.2%, sir, due to adverse seasonal conditions, sir. And this is not what I am saying, sir. This has been well said in socio-economic outlook, page number 9 to 14, sir. So the production of food grains, including cereals, millets and pulses, have fallen by 33% to 45.5 lakh tons in current agriculture year, as again 72.2 lakh tons in 2014 and 15. Oil seed input also came down by 34% to 4.73 lakhs tons this year from 7.22 tons last year. Production of cash crops such as sugarcane and cotton also declined by 16 and 1%, sir, respectively, sir. The secondary sector, consisting of manufacturing, electricity, gas, water supply and other utilities and construction, record 8.6% growth in 2015 and 16 at a constant price as per advanced estimate. The tertiary sector, comprising trade, hotel, transport, communication, financial service, real estate and information technologies and IT, registered 11% growth, sir. At constant prices in 2015-16, we will have to wait for the first and second revised estimate to know the actual rate of GSDP growing during 2015 and 16, sir. So the per capita income of state at current prices is estimated to have registered a growth of 12.7% to rupees 1,29,182 in 2014 and 15, by 10.7% to rupees 1,43,023 in 2015 and 16, sir. So we are further informed that GSDP growth rate has surpassed the national average of 8.6%, and our state per capita income has also surpassed the national average of rupees 93,231 in 2015 and 16. At the same time, we are told that the share of Telangana economy in the country's economy is just about 4.1% in 2015 and 16. I don't want to dispute the state's figure, but feel that these are on a higher side, sir. Sir, now going, so one of the factor impacting the state economy in the current employment patterns, sir, again in socio-economic outlook, page number 15 and 16, though the share of primary sector, agriculture and allied sector in total GSDP has declined steeply to just about 17.7%, the sector accounts for 55.6% of total workforce. The secondary sector, which is contributing to a 20.4% of GSDP, provides employment to 17.8% of total workforce. The services sector, which account to 61.9% of GSDP, provide employment to only 26.6% of total workforce, sir. Sir, though the people in urban areas have seen diversification of employment over a period of time, the majority of people in the rural areas still depend heavily on agriculture. However, the unemployment rate among the age group of 15 to 29 years estimated at 7.7% in the state, with 3.8% rural areas thanks to Manrega and 17.2% in urban areas. This indicates that unemployment among youth is a major concern at present, more so in urban areas including Hyderabad has the highest unemployment rate among all the districts. State government would need to focus on measures to tackling the unemployment among youth, mainly Hyderabad and other urban areas of the state, sir. Sir, while participating, Honorable Speaker, sir, while participating in discussion to Governor's address, I had referred to the crisis in farm sector due to drought condition in the state. Owing deficient rainfall, 231 mandals have been declared drought affected. Socio-economic outlook, again page number 23 and 29. The state government came up with an action plan to mitigate the adverse impact of drought. The Telangana government sought assistance of 2,515 crore from Government of India, sir. 58 new bridges. I am told that the government is on lookout for raising loans for this project also from external funding agencies. Now the question arises, sir, where all are we going to take loans and how much loans are we going to take? This we need to be very careful, sir. Sir, for augmentation of power generation capacity in the state, new power projects are being set up by TS Genco, NTPC, Singareni Colonies and BHEL. For these projects, the required finances to the extent of 91,500 crores are being raised from the financial institution and banks, sir. So the state government will stand guarantee for the loans taken by the TS Genco and Transco, etc. Sir. Sir, Honorable Speaker, sir, through you, I would like the Finance Minister Saab to give the details of all proposals of the state government for borrowing funds from external agencies and foreign banks for various projects and sector in the state, and also kindly give the details as to what will be the final interest which would be needed to pay yearly, sir. This is also very important, sir. Sir, though the Finance Minister has presented a tax-free budget with promise not to impose any burden on the people, there are indications that the government is thinking of extra budgetary reason mobilizing on a massive scale the two DISCOM.
Half an hour, that is, sir.
More half an hour, sir. More half an hour, sir. Please, sir.
10 minutes.
So, no, sir. Sir, whatever time you gave to BJP, sir, unse 10 minutes de dijiye, sir. I am thankful to the Honorable Chief Minister, sir. He has made my party the second largest party, sir, in this house.
10 more minutes.
Waiting to be the... yeah, now waiting, sir, waiting. That's what, now waiting. Don't know. Don't know. Before the completion of 5 years, I might be the opposition leader also. I don't know. Sir, so the two DISCOMs, Telangana State Southern Power Distribution Company and TS Northern Distribution Company, have filed their annual revenue requirement, ARR, for 2016 and 17 with TS Electricity Regulation Commission. They have estimated their ARR to be 30,207 crores during the area against with the project revenues on a current tariff would be rupees 21,418 crore, leaving a revenue deficit of rupees 8,798 crores, sir. Leaving a deficit of 8,798 crores, sir. Sir, the two DISCOMs sought a 9% increase in power tariff from domestic, commercial, industrial consumer to raise the additional revenue of rupees 1,958 crore during 2016 and 17. The average power tariff hike per unit would be 42 paisa. The Finance Minister has allocated rupees 4,470 crores toward agriculture and allied subsidy for TS Transco DISCOM for the year 2016 and 17. Even after the proposed hike in power tariff, the DISCOM would have revenue deficit of rupees 2,361 crore. I would like to have a categorical assurance from the both Finance Minister and Energy Minister that the domestic consumers will not be spared from the impending power tariff hike, sir. Sir, I had raised the issue of impending hike in water rates by Hyderabad Metro Water Supply and Sewerage Board, bus fares by TSRTC and the property tax by Greater Hyderabad Municipal Corporation during the discussion governor address. Sir, no assurance came from the government that there will be there will not be any hike in power tariff, water tariff rates, bus fares and property tax. So indicating these increases are imminent, I will be unfair to burden, it would be unfair to burden, sir, the people with such hikes soon after the impressive victories of ruling TRS in the civic election of Hyderabad, Warangal, Khammam. I would like both the Municipal Administration Minister and Transport Minister also to assure the House that there will be no hike in property tax, water tariff and bus fares, sir, for now. Sir, in the Statement of Fiscal Policy 2016, the Finance Minister pointed out on page 8 that for realizing the higher tax revenues target, the government would improve the tax administration, plug leakage and expand the tax base to fully exploit the tax potential available under the various head of taxes. A special drive would be launched to realize the areas of VAT revenue amounting to rupees 4,000 crore. Moreover, he indicated the non-tax revenues of state would be rationalized. Once again, the Finance Minister has explained that there are government lands which cannot be protected effectively against encroachment. Thus, the government would sell away such land and also seeks expeditious disposal of court cases involving government land. A target of 10,900 crore have been set for regularization and sale of government land in the last 2 years. The government has sought to realize rupees 20,000 crore from regularization auction, rupees 6,500 crore 2014 and 15 and 13,500 crore in 15 and 16, but it is set to raise only 2,709 crores as per revised estimate, sir. So the budget estimate for 2016-17 indicate revenue surplus of rupees 3,718 crore and fiscal deficit of 23,467 crores, which works out to 3.5% of estimate GSDP. The state also targeting a 15% growth in GSDP in 2016 and 17. I wish the finance minister better luck next year after the mixed response in the last 2 years, sir. Sir, now going towards the welfare program, sir. Sir, from day one, the TRS government has been reiterating its commitment to the welfare of weaker sections of society, namely SC, ST, BCs, minority, disabled and women. In 2014, Chief Minister Saab had assured that 1 lakh crore would be spent on welfare of SC, ST, BCs, minorities over a 5 years period, apart from 50,000 crore for SCs and 25,000 crore for BCs. The government promised to earmark 25,000 crore for STs and minorities. Out of the remaining amount of rupees 20,000 crore is meant for STs and rupees 5,000 crore for minorities, sir. Sir, it is not just that I am saying, sir. I was going through the budget, the governor's address in the year 2014, sir. In that also, Honorable Governor Saab अपनी तकरीर में बोले कि 1 लाख करोड़ हम खर्चेंगे 5 बरस में SC, STs, BCs और माइनॉरिटीज के लिए, सर. सर, अगर मैं अब देखता हूं, when I go through the details, sir, SC, STs and minorities, sir, अगर सोशल वेलफेयर डिपार्टमेंट का बजट हम 2014 and 15 ले लेते हैं, एलोकेशन 2,845.54, सर. इन 14 and 15 अकाउंट, सर, अकाउंट्स देखते हैं तो 2,845 करोड़ में से सिर्फ 1,412 करोड़ ही रिलीज किए गए. और एंड इफ यू हैव टू सी व्हाट वाज द अमाउंट दैट वाज स्पेंट, सर, अगेन इट कम्स डाउन, सर. एंड इफ वी सी ऑल द डिटेल्स, the total amount for social welfare, tribal welfare, backward classes and minority, it comes to 30,938.29, sir. 3 साल में, in 3 years, sir. Now, I would like to ask the Honorable Minister, are you going to fulfill your promise of spending 1 lakh crore in the next 2 years? The amount which is needed to be spent in the next 2 years would be 69,061.71 crore, sir. I don't know if this amount would be spent, but you had promised that you would spend, so you have to spend this amount, sir. Sir, coming to minorities, sir, when I talk about the minorities, sir, we are a friendly party. We have lended our support to the government, and we will be supporting the government because we believe in the government. We trust the statements of the Honorable Chief Minister, sir. But when we see the black and white of the paper, it is very shocking, and it is very surprising also, I would say, sir. Sir, in 2013 and 14, reimbursement of tuition fee, total students were 1,24,367. Verified students were 1,17,073. And demand was 19,469 for RTF and MTF 38,000 total, sir. And when we see this RTF for the year 2013 and 14 and 14 and 15 has not been cleared. Why has this not been cleared is a question mark. The students have completed their courses. The certificates are lying with the colleges. They are not releasing the certificates, and the students are in distress. परेशान है, घूम रहे हैं, फिर रहे हैं, नौकरी भी नहीं कर सकते, सर्टिफिकेट्स भी कॉलेज अथॉरिटीज नहीं दे रहे हैं. तो ये फीस कब रिलीज होगी? होगी भी या नहीं होगी? अगर नहीं होने वाली है तो आप बोल दीजिए कि हम ये फीस रिलीज नहीं करेंगे, स्टूडेंट्स अपने तौर पे कुछ भी कर लें, फीस दे दें, अपने सर्टिफिकेट्स कॉलेजेस से ले लें. But this also has not been told by the government. If not, the government can give instructions to all the colleges saying that all those applications which have been verified, their fees would be sent to the colleges in due course of time. Do not hold the certificates of the students. This instructions needs to be given. You're not giving that instructions. Sir, for that, what is required? is 40.26 crores. I submit to Honorable Finance Minister through you, sir. Minister साहब, कम से कम ये 40 करोड़ रुपया दे दीजिए माइनॉरिटी स्टूडेंट्स का। पहले तो बच्चे पढ़ते नहीं है माइनॉरिटीज में, बहुत कम मौका मिलता है, बड़ी मुश्किल से पढ़ रहे हैं। ये फीस हुकूमत से आ रही है बोल के पढ़ रहे हैं, पढ़ लिए हैं, सर्टिफिकेट्स नहीं आ रहे हैं। ये 40 करोड़ 26 लाख रुपया दे दीजिए ताकि ये बच्चे अपने सर्टिफिकेट्स ले सकें।
अकबर भाई, जितना जो कमांड आंध्र प्रदेश में ड्यूज था पूरा पैसा पे किए थे, पूरा पैसा जितना जो ड्यूज था पूरा पैसा पे किए थे। 2014 और 15 का जितना जो बाकी था एमटीएफ में पूरा पे किया था, आरटीएफ में जस्ट 200 और 300 करोड़ कुछ ड्यू है। 2015 और 16 का ये साल का जो है आरटीएफ में एक पैसा भी नहीं दिए, मगर एमटीएफ में 200 करोड़ रुपए दिए थे। ऐसा नहीं है, मैं समझता हूं ये साल में आरटीएफ पूरा बच के है और एमटीएफ में 150 करोड़ दे चुका है, बाकी का भी देने का तैयार है। कुछ ड्यूज ओवर ड्यूज नहीं है। जो कमांड आंध्र प्रदेश में जितना जो ड्यूज था वो पूरा पे करने में 2 साल चले गए। इसलिए तेलंगाना सरकार మొత్తం విద్యార్థుల యొక్క ఎంటీఎఫ్ కానీ ఆర్టీఎఫ్ కానీ పే చేయడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉంది। ఆల్రెడీ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కూడా ఆదేశాలు ఇచ్చి ఉన్నారు।
Sir, I thank the Honorable Minister for his prompt reply on this important issue, sir. At the same time, I request the Honorable Minister to please instruct the managements of the colleges to not to hold the certificates. Their fees money would be sent to the colleges in due course of time. If you kindly could give that or say something on this, this is not the issue only for minorities. This is the issue for SC, STs and BCs also, sir.
अन्नी కాలేజీల యజమాన్యాలతోటి मीटिंग పెట్టాం। मीटिंग करा के इंस्ट्रक्शन ऑलरेडी दे चुके हैं। अगर कहीं हुआ तो कुछ हमको इन्फॉर्मेशन दिए तो जरूर वो सॉर्ट आउट करेंगे। और एक बार కాలేజ్ యజమాన్యాలకు తప్పకుండా ఇన్స్ట్రక్షన్స్ ఇస్తాం।
ऑनरेबल स्पीकर सर, जब हम देखते हैं सर बजट 2014 एंड 15 में जो एलोकेशन सोशल वेलफेयर, ट्राइबल वेलफेयर, बैकवर्ड क्लासेस और माइनॉरिटीज को हुए सर, उसमें सर जो बजट में एलोकेट किया गया और अकाउंट्स 2014 एंड 15 हम सोशल वेलफेयर का देखते हैं तो इट इज ओनली 49.65% सर। For tribal welfare, the release of amount is 48.13%, sir. For backward classes, sir, it is 53.93%, sir. Sir, the next year's budget is going to be the last of the 12th 5-year plan period that ends in March 2017, sir. From the financial year 2017 and 18, the union budget would do away with the plan and non-plan classification, and Union Finance Minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, had indicated that the states too will have to follow the suit, sir. The Union Finance Minister would closely work with the state finance departments to align the center and state budget in this regard, sir. Sir, like the predecessors of our Finance Minister Saab had presented a maze of document on the state budget of 2016 and 17, and we have to take a deeper look at each document to piece together the macro and micro picture of the status of our state finances, the finance minister's budget speech, the annual plan, the socio-economic outlook, and the statement of fiscal policy as well as other budget volumes give a clear overview of the state finance, their past, present, and future. And for me, it makes quite interesting reading to go through the budget documents. Sir, we have with us the accounts of the financial year 2014 and 15, the revised estimate of 15 and 2015 and 16, and the budget estimate of 2016 and 17 to draw up a realistic picture of our state finances. Sir, I would like to recall and say that I was the first one to send since December 2014, when Telangana state's first budget was present, that everything was not all right with the state finances. Participating in the discussion on the state budget in 2014 and 15, I stated that the projection made by the finance minister for the 10 months period looks very ambitious, while the actual size of budget might work out only to 63,000 crores for the end of the year, sir. Sir, the scenario of the state finances thus appear very rosy, while the state, in fact, was facing severe financial constraints, sir. Now, the accounts of 2014 and 15 are available. I can say that I had very correctly assessed the state finance health at that time. Apart from the budget estimate of 1,638 crore, the finance minister came up with a supplementary estimate of 5,355 crore. The total estimate came to 1,05,993 crore for 14 and 15, sir. However, the accounts now show that the actual expenditure during 14 and 15 was 62,306 crore. Sir, I had predicted that it would not cross 63,000 crore mark at that time. Thus, was a shortfall of 43,687 crore in the actual expenditure, sir. So the budget and supplementary estimates, this thus works out to 41% shortfall as against the estimates. 41%, sir. The finance minister has now explained that the first budget for the 10 months 2014 and 15 was prepared based on ad hoc assessment and revenue accruals in the absence of any past trends and without any firm idea regarding the transfer from the union government in March 2005. The first year budget of 2015 and 16 was presented by finance minister. He now tells that the 2015 and 16 budget too was prepared without benefit of having estimate of the full 12 months of the previous year. The state was formed in June 2014, sir. Sir, I may recall that the finance minister presented the state budget of rupees 1,15,689 crore for 2015 and 16. I had wondered where he possessed the magic wand to achieve this figure, sir. Just a few days before the budget was presented, I had participated in the discussion of the governor's address and highlighted the issues that would have long-lasting impact on state finances and its budgetary spending, sir. Sir, adverse impact of 14 Finance Commission and Union budget, sir. Sir, I would again like to recall and say that I was the first person who had said that and had specifically pointed out in the 14 Finance Commission's recommendation as well, sir, at that time in the last budget speech, where Honorable Chief Minister Sahab rose और मुझे बोले अकबर साहब आप बेफिक्र रहिए, हमको जितने पैसे आना है मरकजी हुकूमत से बराबर हम लाके रहेंगे. But sir, अगर हम देखते हैं यूनियन बजट फॉर द 2015 and 16 presented by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley Sahab in the Parliament, sir, it has adversely affected Telangana state finances and ability to implement welfare programs and developmental activities. Sir, I had observed that the central government was taking away what it was giving to the state, sir. Once again, I say this, sir. The central government was providing higher devolution to the states by the way of higher share of central taxes on one hand and reducing the quantum of central grants and aid by scrapping some central schemes, changing the pattern of funding and some other central schemes and entrusting the entire funds of few central schemes to the state. So now the finance minister has admitted the reduction of state share in tax devolution, reduction in planned transfer on the central, and the additional commitments of account of higher matching contribution for central assisted plan schemes resulting in budgetary constraints, sir. All the relaxation of borrowing limits by 0.5% of GSDP as recommended for 14 Finance Commission has been assured by the central government. It has not materialized so far. Assessment of development of backward areas is very less, sir. Sir, the Social Economic Survey Outlook 2016, please see the economic page number 17 and 20, sir. What I had stated while participating in budget discussion last year, the outlook says that the recent time two important developments have been seen in center-state finance relationship which have implication for state government, and namely higher tax devolution and the 14th Finance Commission and restructuring of central sponsored scheme and based on recommendation of subgroup chief ministers. Sir. So the outlook then presents a brief analysis of these two developments and the impact for state's finances. Sir. Sir, now the course correction with the finance minister, sir. So the finance minister Sahab had done course correction this time and came up with the revised estimate 2015 and 16 while presenting the budget estimate for the 2016 and 17. The revised estimate shows expenditure of 1,062 crore in 2015 and 16 and against the budget estimate of 1,15,689 crores. So this means a shortfall of rupees 15,627 or 13.5%, sir. However, I still feel that the revised estimate is on the higher side and actual shortfall may be double this figure, that is around 31,000 crores, sir. Sir, when the financial year closes on March 31st, 2016, the finance minister would have the provisional accounts to hand to know the actual quantum of shortfall, sir. So the shortfall in central devolution and grants, sir. Sir, I may point out that there is no way for any increase in quantum of central transfer by way of share of central taxes and grant in aid for central schemes and near future in 2015 and 14 and 15. Finance Minister estimated the central transfer of rupees 31,470 crore, including 9,749 crore for tax devolution and 21,721 crore for grant in aid. However, the state actually got rupees 15,306 crore, including 8,188 crores as tax share and rupees 7,108 crores as grants. Sir, in 2015, Finance Minister estimated central transfer of rupees 25,223 crore, including 12,523 crores as share tax and 12,400 crores as actual grant in aid. The revised estimate is rupees 25,056 crore, including 12,596 crores as tax share and 12,460 crores as grant in aid. The budget estimate for 2016-17 financial year is rupees 28,512 crore, including 13,955 crore as tax share and rupees 14,557 crores as grant in aid. So, sir, similarly, there has been a huge shortfall in state resource mobilizing through tax and non-tax revenues, sir. Compared to the higher estimate made in successive budget in 2014 and 15, so the finance minister has projected state-owned revenue by rupees 48,620 crores in 2014 and 15, including tax revenue of 35,378 crore and non-tax revenues of rupees 13,242 crore, but the actual receipts were only 35,735 crore, comprising rupees 29,288 crore tax revenues and rupees 6,447 crore non-tax revenues as per accounts. Honorable Speaker, sir, despite the shortfall of rupees 12,805 crore in 2014 and 15, the finance minister projected states' own revenue of rupees 68,090 crore in 2015 and 16, including tax revenues of rupees 46,495 crore and non-tax revenues of 22,413 crore. The revised estimate of rupees 54,257 crore include tax revenues of 43,535 crore and non-tax revenues of 10,722 crores in 2015 and 16, sir. Sir, this indicates a shortfall of rupees 14,651 crore in state-owned revenue compared to budget estimate. Yet the finance minister has again projected state-owned revenue of rupees 72,412 crore in 2016 and 17. Budget include 54,870 crore tax revenues and 17,542 crore of non-tax revenues, sir. So, Honorable Speaker, sir, the trend over the last two financial years clearly shows that the state tax revenues are not growing as anticipated by the government. Both in 2014 and 15 and 16 financial years, the collection of state taxes such as commercial taxes, motor vehicle taxes, stamp registration, etc. failed to hit the target. So only state excise revenues are going fast. With soaring liquor sales, non-tax revenues including mining revenues are growing at the anticipated level, sir. Sir, moreover, the anticipated revenues from the land regularization and sale of government lands have not been realized in last 2 years. That is 2014-15, the finance minister projected revenue of 6,500 crore from land regularization and sale of land, but actual receipts were partly rupees 9 crores. The projection was 6,500 and what we got was only 9 crores. In 2015 and 16, the finance minister sought to raise rupees 13,500 crore from the land regularization scheme and sale of land, but revised estimates shows likely receipts of rupees 2,700 crores. The actual receipts may be even less. However, गुरबा का मसला होने दीजिए, चाहे वो उर्दू मीडियम के बच्चों के पासिंग मार्क्स का होने दीजिए, कंपलसरी जो तेलुगु लाजिम की गई थी, हर मसाइल पे हुकूमत ने संजीदगी के साथ गौर किया। लेकिन मैं ये इसलिए बता रहा हूं कि इसके लिए आप नहीं बल्कि वो ओहदेदार जो बैठे हैं वो लोग जिम्मेदार हैं, उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई करनी चाहिए। बिकॉज हुकूमत, द गवर्नमेंट इज सिंसियर, द गवर्नमेंट इज कमिटेड, बट दीज पीपल are not working as per the sincerity of the government and as per the ambitions and the commitment of the government, sir. And these people are bringing in the bad name to the government. Not only to the government, I would say they are bringing in a bad name to an ally partner, that is MIM also. We need to take care of this, sir. This is very important. Do not take this as a criticism, sir. This is a criticism, a very constructive criticism, so that we can rectify our faults and mistakes and see that this is not repeated. Only 32%, it's a very sad state.
Please
Sir,
conclude, please conclude.
No,
40
sir.
minutes.
Sir, I said half an hour, sir. I'll finish in that, sir. Sir, in the subsequent
40
two
minutes
financial
per day.
year, 2018 and 19, government needs to allocate at least 35,000
minute
crore
by
for each
close
financial
करिए.
year, sir, which I have already said, sir. Sir, going on and continuing with this minority issues, sir, I welcome the decision taken by the government of establishing 70 residential schools for minorities, sir. Sir, मैं फिर से आपसे कहना चाहता हूं, आपके पास पैसा है, पैसे की कमी नहीं है। सर, मैं आपसे कहूंगा कि जो जो सहूलतें, जो जो बेनिफिट्स आप SC ST स्टूडेंट्स को उनके रेजिडेंशियल हॉस्टल्स में देते हैं, वो सारी की सारी सहूलतें माइनॉरिटीज को दीजिए। जब ही जाके ये रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल्स की स्टोरी एक सक्सेस स्टोरी बनेगी, नहीं तो ये भी नाकाम हो जाएगी। जो जो चीजें देते हैं, मेस चार्जेस दीजिए, आप उनको बेडशीट्स दीजिए, पॉकेट मनी दीजिए और बुक्स दीजिए इन रेजिडेंशियल स्कूल्स में। सिर्फ स्कूल्स खोलने से मसले का हल नहीं होगा सर। मैं आपसे दरखास्त करूंगा कि इस ताल्लुक से सर, वन मोर थिंग सर, वेदर इट इज गोपाल सिंह कमीशन रिपोर्ट, वेदर इट इज सच्चर कमेटी रिपोर्ट, वेदर इट इज रंगनाथ मिश्रा कमेटी रिपोर्ट और कुंडू कमेटी, all the reports have identified and said that the most backward are the Muslims, backward than SCs and STs. I'm not demanding that extra benefits, extra facilities to be provided to minorities than the SCs and STs, sir. I would only request, on par with SCs and STs, treat the minority students on par. All the benefits that have been given in the field of education and employment, give that, sir. Give that to minorities. This will bring in the confidence, sir. And we have 1,000 crores. We have the money, but we do not have people to spend and utilize this money. This is the problem, sir. We need to realize this and also understand this, sir. So the education sector alone accounts for rupees 702 crore, the allocation of 50 crore for each subsidy of bank-linked income generation schemes of Shadi Mubarak, sir. सिर्फ मैं ये कहूंगा सर कि आप बैंक सब्सिडी के लिए जो एप्लीकेशंस बुलाए हैं, सर, द एप्लीकेशंस फॉर द डायरेक्ट लोनिंग व्हिच हैज बीन कॉल्ड बाय द माइनॉरिटी कॉर्पोरेशन, सर, अगर वो सारे एप्लीकेशंस को अगर आप दे देंगे तो उसके लिए खुद आपको 800 करोड़ से ज्यादा पैसे की जरूरत पड़ेगी, 8,000 की होगी। बैंकेबल स्कीम्स का नहीं है, बैंक लोन नहीं देती है मुसलमानों को, इस पर भी गौर करिएगा सर। एंड वंस अगेन आई वुड लाइक टू से दैट फ्रॉम लास्ट 15 years, sir, this is my 4th term, but from last 15 years, I've been screaming and shouting and demanding to the government to please protect the वक्फ properties. वक्फ प्रॉपर्टीज को प्रोटेक्ट करिए, औकाफी जायदादों का तहफ्फुज कीजिए। क्या औकाफी जायदादें हैं, मुसलमानों को किसी की मदद की जरूरत नहीं है, उनकी जो औकाफी जायदादें हैं अगर उसका तहफ्फुज हो जाता है तो मुसलमान अपना खुद वेलफेयर कर ले सकता है, एजुकेशनल बैकवर्डनेस को दूर कर सकता है, अपनी जहालत का खात्मा कर सकता है। हुसैन शाह वाली रहमतुल्लाह अलैह की दरगाह, सर, हुसैन शाह वाली रहमतुल्लाह अलैह की दरगाह की 1600 एकर्स, जहां पे ईमार है, जहां पे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट है, जहां पे जी है, जहां पे और दूसरे हैं, सर, लेट मी कम ऑन रिकॉर्ड एंड से दैट दोज कंपनीज हैव परचेज्ड द लैंड एंड दे मेड द पेमेंट टू द गवर्नमेंट। We are not against the ongoing activities of Microsoft or G or ISB or any other institute which is there. We only demand that a percentage of employment should be given to Muslim minorities. और मैं ये बोलूंगा आपसे, whatever is the unallotted land which is left there, out of 1,600 acres, 700 acres is unallotted land. Kindly revert that. Kindly allot that unallotted land to Waqf Board and let them use it for the welfare of the minorities. This can be done. I thank the government, sir. I have to come on record and thank the Honorable Chief Minister, sir. Old City had a very big issue and a problem. सबसे बड़ा मसला था पुराने शहर में कि लोगों के मरने के बाद उनके दफन के लिए, तदफीन के लिए खबरस्तान नहीं थे. The MIM party went and made a request to Honorable Chief Minister Saab, and Honorable Chief Minister Saab was kind enough of transferring and allotting the Fakir Mullah Dargah's 250 acres of land. Out of that, 50 acres have land has been transferred to Waqf Board for Muslim burial and Muslim welfare programs, sir. 50 acres of land. I don't think any government has done. This government has done this, giving 50 acres. So I appreciate this and I thank. But at the same time, sir, we need to see that in every district headquarter, we need to allot some land for burials of Muslims, Christians, and crematoriums for Hindus. This is a major problem which has been faced by everybody, sir. I hope that the government would make a note of this, sir. And also, once again, I demand that a house committee has been constituted to look into the Waqf affairs, if not at least that Hussain Shah Wali Dargah's affair, because I remember it was TRS government and myself who had gone to the court. And that time, a member from TRS government has won a case in High Court about Hussain Shah Wali Dargah. Now you're in government. You should give back. I'm not saying to give back the land which has already been allotted. I'm not saying that stop the ongoing operations over there. I'm not saying stop the construction. No. I'm just requesting the land which is unallotted, lying vacant, at least वो जमीन वापस दे दीजिए. यही हमारा मुतालबा, यही हमारी दरखास्त है. And I also request the Honorable Finance Minister, sir, about minorities, 15-point program of minorities, sir. उसमें 1,322 crores need to be spent on that, sir. I hope that the Honorable Minister Saab would make sure that this amount is being spent, sir. Sir, I also...
Please conclude, Akbaruddin Garu, please conclude.
Sir, 10 minutes, sir. Exact 10 minutes.
Within 5 minutes, you conclude.
Sir, no, sir. 10 minutes, sir. मैं आपको बोला, sir, 1 घंटा बराबर खत्म करता हूँ, sir.
1 घंटे से बढ़ के होता 10 मिनट.
Sir, I'm a very disciplined person, sir. I come with preparation, sir, and I make sure that whatever I say, it is the sense and it is the right, sir. And with all responsibility I stand, I do a lot of preparation, sir. I'm not feeling well also, but in spite of that, I'm standing and I'm trying to put across the issues, sir. I'll just conclude in another 10 minutes, sir. About road and building, sir. I welcome the decision taken by the government of creating and laying new roads with a length of 2,570 kilometers in a phased manner and repairs of 4,000 kilometers, sir. Sir, at the same time, Honorable Chief Minister Sahab have come up, and I was reading in the Governor's address stating that a new Legislative Assembly building would be constructed, a new International Conclave Center would be constructed, offices for MLAs and camp office, residential building, officer, additional building, new secretariat building. Sir, I welcome this. For a city of lakes, the lakes are disappearing. और कोई इस पे तवज्जो नहीं दे रहा हैदराबाद के लेक्स के लिए. Sir, and Hyderabad is facing a severe traffic problem. Sir, I request the Minister Saab and the government to, in this assembly session, kindly call for a meeting to attend the traffic problem, sir. Sir, 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, this is the time that we are supposed to come to assembly. The roads are very free, we can come. But what is the state of roads? Traffic jam, junction improvement, signals are not there. Sir, police officials have come, and I welcome this move of the government of installing CCTV cameras. Very good, sir. This is a requirement, this is a need. लेकिन एक बात मैं जरूर कहूंगा, sir. एक बात मैं जरूर कहूंगा. Sir, in my area, the police officials came and requested me to give funds from my MLA fund for CCTV cameras. I said, yes, I will give in 2 or 3 installments. But in the first installment, I want the CCTVs to be installed first in all the police stations. All the police stations. सारे पुलिस स्टेशन में कैमरा लगा दो आप. I want to see how the police is working, how the inspector is working, how the sub inspector is working, how the police station is doing their duties. उसके बाद कोई भी पुलिस वाला नहीं आया, साहब मेरे पास पैसे दो, अकबर साहब बोले. Sir, you should make sure that the CCTVs are installed in the police station first. All the government offices, sir, and then on the street, sir. Sir,
please conclude.
about the medical, sir, city के लिए एक मीटिंग बुलाने के लिए बोलिए. We need to have new policies, sir. Junction improvement, new signals are required. Traffic का बहुत problem है. Pollution बहुत है city में. There is nobody who's attending to the city issues, sir. We need to, sir. Traffic police है, तो अब नया आ गया है हेलमेट. ट्रैफिक मॉनिटर करना छोड़, पूरे ट्रैफिक वाले खड़े हुए हैं, छिट्टियां फाड़ते हुए, चालान फाड़ते हुए. ट्रैफिक जैम है, लोग परेशान हैं, मगर पुलिस वाले चालान फाड़ने में हैं. सर, टेल देम टू रेगुलेट द ट्रैफिक ऑल्सो. हेलमेट इज अ मस्ट. आई डू नॉट डिसएग्री विद दिस. वी नीड टू प्रोटेक्ट द लाइव्स ऑफ द यूथ and the two-wheelers, people riding on that. But at the same time, we need to monitor traffic also. New one-ways are to be introduced. New flyovers are needed. New signals are being needed. Synchronized signals are being needed, sir. Sir, about the higher allocation of medical health sector, sir, we welcome the higher allocation of medical and health, sir. At the same time, sir, in this medical and health, Usmania Hospital, 200 crores were sanctioned by the government of India. That amount has not been spent, not been utilized, sir. About the Usmania Hospital, sir, I want to come on record and say that it's a heritage building. Please protect the heritage building. Please protect the heritage building. There's a lot of open area where we can construct a new building. Do not get away or get rid of the Usmania Hospital old building, sir. That can be repaired, and we can retain that, sir. And I also welcome the government. Sir, lesser fund for education, sir. For education, sir. Sir, it is a very important subject, sir. Sir, in my entire 25 years of political career, sir, my experience says, if you want to uplift any community, if you want to uplift any family, any individual, do not provide them with this and that. Yes, this bank schemes, loans, everything is important. But the most important thing is that provide them with education. Education will bring a very big change in their lives. तालीम एक नया इनकलाब ला सकता है. अंधेरों को उजाले में नहीं तब्दील कर सकता है. तारीकियों को नए रोशनी में ला सकता है. जहालत का खात्मा कर सकता है. And what we see, what is the allocation for education, sir? What is the allocation? KG से PG तक बोले. और जितना भी दिया गया है, sir, the fund, अभी टाइम नहीं है, sir, in demands of the school education, I would say, but one sentence I would say is that, sir, जितना पैसा एजुकेशन के लिए, स्कूल एजुकेशन के लिए दिया गया है, सारा का सारा पैसा पूरा सिर्फ तनख्वाह में चला जाएगा. What about the vacancies? What about the appointment of VCs? What about the creation of infrastructure? What about having new teachers? What about increasing the staff in the schools? I would say that we have a very learned, experienced and committed and dedicated minister as a school education minister. We need to give him some chance to work. Without funds, what will he work, sir? Without money, how can he work? Finance Minister साहब, school education के लिए कुछ पैसा दीजिए साहब. सिर्फ तनख्वाह में चला जा रहा है. It is very important, sir. When I speak on this demand for education, I'll go into more detail, sir. About the Asra pension, sir, I also say that कि ये करना है. मिशन भगीरथा हैदराबाद में, हैदराबाद को भी उसमें इंक्लूड करिए, सर. मिशन भगीरथा में आप पूरे हैदराबाद के बाहर के एरियाज को लिए. Why are you not attending to Hyderabad, sir? Sir, in my constituency, sir, unserved area is there. पानी के लाइंस नहीं है. पानी के टैंक्स बना दिए गए हैं. रिजर्वायर्स बनाए, लेकिन पानी नहीं दिया जाता, सर. सर, आप ये मिशन भगीरथा में हैदराबाद को भी इंक्लूड करिए, सर. दिस इज माय रिक्वेस्ट, सर. एंड मैं फिर से आपसे कहूंगा, सेटविन, सर, अबाउट सेटविन आई हैव बीन सेइंग, सेटविन इज अ बॉडी विच इज रनिंग. व्हाई डोंट यू इंक्लूड सेटविन इन माइनॉरिटी, सर, डिपार्टमेंट? अगर आप उसमें ले लेंगे तो कुछ स्किल डेवलपमेंट हो सकता है. नैक के सेंटर को माइनॉरिटीज में लीजिए, ये भी हम कह रहे हैं, सर, लेकिन नहीं हुआ है. एंड लास्टली, सर, बिफोर कंक्लूडिंग, सर, मैं गवर्नमेंट को कांग्रेचुलेट करता हूं for proposed to set up 3 aerospace park, Pharma City, 2 new IT parks apart from information technology, investment region and outskirts of Hyderabad, T-Hub, is attracting, sir. This T-Hub is very good. IT major, including Google, Amazon, are setting up the biggest campuses outside the US and Hyderabad. I feel that Hyderabad still has a long way to go, catch up with Bengaluru, with Telangana, with 1,300 IT units, including 500 foreign companies, employs 37 lakh IT professional, has recorded IT exports of rupees 68,258 crores in 2014 and 15, sir, as per economic survey. I congratulate this for this to the government, sir. At the same time, sir, lastly, I would also like to remind, sir, government has said each assembly constituency you will construct a sports complex or a stadium. Ek bhi nahi bana, sir. And lastly, sir, before concluding in this budget session, sir, I request the government to please see that the hopes and aspirations of people who fought for Telangana, जो तेलंगाना के लिए लड़े हैं, उनकी तवक्को, उनकी उम्मीद, उनकी आस को टूटने न दीजिए। बहुत तकलीफ, बहुत मुसीबत, बहुत कुर्बानियों के बाद तेलंगाना मिला है। इस तेलंगाना के लिए कुर्बानियां देने वालों को फरामोश नहीं करना है। और सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि 2 बेडरूम के फ्लैट की जो उम्मीद, जो तवक्को है, इसको पूरा करिए। गरीब जो बेघर है उसको घर दीजिए। 2 बेडरूम अगर आप नहीं करेंगे तो यह आपके लिए बहुत बड़ा नुकसान होगा। और साथ ही साथ, सर, एवरीबडी, all the members are coming and requesting me and saying, Akbar Sahab, we need your signatures. We need your signatures. MLAs, MLCs की तनख्वाह बढ़ाने के लिए. Sir, it is for the government. It is for the government to decide whether they want to enhance the salaries of MLAs and MLCs or not. But I want to come on record and say that we need to take care. The ex-legislators and the widows of ex-legislators, sir, that is more important. Ex-legislators, widows are suffering, sir. Ex-legislators are in problems, sir. We need to enhance their pension, sir. And widow pension नहीं है, sir. एक ex-legislator को है, widow को नहीं है. Widow को भी pension दीजिए, sir. Today I am an MLA. After I die, my family might need, sir. And I also, sir, if the government feels, I would like to come on record and say that I might be rich. I might not need an enhanced salary. But there are many poor legislators who require and who need the enhanced salary. It is the need, and we can see what is the salary and the payments being made to other states, other legislatures, and if we are lesser than them, I demand and I request that we should be on par with other legislatures. All our legislators should also get their due share, because it is not a part-time job. It is a 24/7 job a legislature does. People should not forget that. Every time salaries increase, people start targeting the legislators, saying that they are getting extra salary. Why should they get this salary? Please, I request everybody through this house to understand it is not easy for a legislator to run his house. It is not easy. One might be rich, but all are not rich. I request and I demand that the salaries should be enhanced and should be looked into. What is the salaries being paid in other states also. And sir, with this, I support the budget which has been given by the Honorable Finance Minister, sir. And I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, sir. And I once again say that I said 1 hour and I have completed 1 hour, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
रोहित का कत्ल नहीं होता अगर दत्तात्रेय खत नहीं लिखते। रोहित की मौत नहीं होती अगर मोहतरमा स्मृति ईरानी उस पर एक्शन नहीं लेती। रोहित का कत्ल एक इदाराती कत्ल है।